only women can get period.
Well, I think it's a little bit non-inclusive of people who are non-binary.
I am a woman. I was not born a woman. Saying that only women can get periods, men cannot get periods, it excludes a lot of people.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Cis men don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at
If
some
your
point
chromosomes are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary?
They're
We're
not men.
excluding.
You know what demigender really means?
I'm not really sure, sir.
Right. So do you know what agender means? All one word, not a space gender, but agender.
Sir, I don't.
Right. So here we are pushing a fellowship, calling for people that you don't even know what the words mean. And the number one group of people, the cisgender men, are excluded. Now, in the name of diversity, equity, and inclusion, should we be pushing programs that we can't define that exclude the largest group of service members?
Define woman. Go, please. One of you.
A person who their internal idea of what they are is a woman.
Terrible definition. Coming from a lesbian, that destroys the very concept of our sexual orientation. Just saying that it's an idea.
Why?
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 Because you can't be connected and sexually attracted to somebody's brain.
In the state of California, it's saying that if you're a gay man and you're in a gay marriage, then the state of California is going to pay for you to rent the body of a woman because you deserve children. That's the insanity to where we've gotten now. If you're a gay man, you're owed a child, a motherless child.
This is child trafficking. What is going on in the world of big fertility right now is the buying and selling, and not just buying and selling of people, the buying and selling, designing and discarding of people.
I never thought that the shirt I wore to school on March 21st would lead me to speak with you today. On that Tuesday morning, I was taken out of gym class to sit down with two adults for what turned out to be a very uncomfortable talk. I was told that people were complaining about the words on my shirt, that my shirt was making some students feel unsafe. Yes, words on a shirt made people feel unsafe. They told me that I wasn't in trouble, but it sure felt like I was. I was told that I would need to remove my shirt before I could return to class. When I nicely told them that I didn't want to do that, they called my father. Thankfully, my dad supported my decisions and came to pick me up. What did my shirt say? 5 simple words. There are only 2 genders.
Gender reaffirming surgery. Here's a honest update. Do I regret it? Short answer is yes. Don't get me wrong, I got it done twice. It looks Barbie. Why do I regret it? Well, because I will never be able to live a normal life. After the surgery, you have to start dilating to keep the space they gave you. You start from doing it 4 times a day to once a week for the rest of your life. I was fine with that. See, the problem is I had major complications, and now for some reason, I need to do it every single day. Now, obviously, I've had relations, and girls, we all know guys don't know what to do. So it's not really worth it to me. The problem is I cannot stop. If I stop, it's going to close up and create a bubble, and that bubble could literally create an infection that could... The 2 options here are I dilate for the rest of my life, or I get it removed surgically. Surgery goes for $70,000, and I don't want to go through that again, so I guess I'm dilating.
4 kids were found in a drag party with 1 dead trans guy on the floor, and the kids were in the back. There were sex toys scattered throughout the house, and a hoarder home doesn't make headline news. The first trans state representative, Stacey Lawton, aka Barry Lawton, from New Hampshire, was just arrested for distributing child porn. They couldn't find him because he transitioned and changed his name.
Megan Fox has 3 sons,
dressed up as girls. This is just the thousands of children that are caught up in this. This is not normal. This is not natural. We gotta call it what it is. This is child abuse.
What is the success rate of sex change operations?
Well, we have, it's hard to find longer term data with children, but what the data that we do have, which is probably the most reliable data point available, is from a Swedish study, and it looked at over 10 years, which is really important because regret doesn't just happen a year after some sort of transition. And what you see is a suicide rate that's associated with 19 times higher than the general population.
Well, actually, there is a 0%, there's a 100% failure rate for sex change operations, isn't there? Because it's not possible to change your sex.
That's right.
100% failure rate for these procedures.
That's right. You can't change your sex.
How do you guys feel about schools teaching gender ideology to students?
Absolutely against it.
You're against it? Why?
Because it confuses children. Innocent children are impressionable, and when you poison that well, you can never take that poison out.
Mother from Rhode Island who was sued by the teachers union simply because I wanted to know what my kindergartner would be learning in school. And here's how this happened. I asked to see the curriculum, and my school told me I had to submit a public records request. The curriculum wasn't posted online and it wasn't available in a school district. Then I asked them if they were teaching gender theory, and they told me that they don't call children boys and girls, and they embed the values of gender identity into every classroom, including kindergarten, and they didn't want to answer any of my questions further. And when I did submit the public records request that they told me to submit, and I submitted hundreds because I had hundreds of questions, my school board then put my name on the agenda of a public school board meeting and held a public school board meeting to discuss suing me for submitting the request that they told me to submit. In a 5-hour-long school board meeting, they openly debated my moral character, my political motivations, and they really just tarred and feathered me for asking questions. They wanted to send a message to other parents that if you ask questions, they will come after you.
How long do you want a parent not knowing where their kid is because the kid says they want to change their gender?
It will be a short delay and the parents will be notified.
Because, well, you won't tell us how long a delay. So if you're watching this, just imagine you're that parent and you don't know where your child is. They want to stand between a parent and a child on these important decisions. And I don't think it's abuse if a parent says, I'm not going to get my child gender blockers. But if in Washington state today, the parent makes the decision that they're not going to provide that gender affirming care, what it does is it unlocks for the government a window of time to keep the child away from the parent and to not tell the parent where the kid is.
What do you guys think about kids being at this event?
Kids? They're not my kids. I don't give a shit. They're not my kids. I don't give a shit. Why would I give a shit about somebody else's kids? That's not my job. Thank you very much. As a school teacher, I approve this message.
And you get to take your time deciding that for yourself. Go ahead and grab your packet. Does anyone want to share what their gender is? I believe you that you don't want to share. You're not a talkative class. Does anyone want to ask any questions about this? Okay, we're going to hop into what trans is. Transgender is when the doctor decided you are a certain gender based on what they assumed your outsides looked like, and then later it turned out that that wasn't true. So a trans woman is somebody that the doctor thought that they were a boy when they were born, and then later they tell everybody, like, actually that was wrong, I'm a woman. And trans man is somebody who the doctor thought they were a girl when they were born, but then later they found out that's not true, I'm a man. Okay, that's it. We did that. Can we shut the door? It's really hot in here. Can you shut the door for us? Is Miss Diaz out there? I'm right here. Okay.
As a transracial woman of color, I am enraged and anger, and my kids are soon to go in the Livermore School District, and I am enraged that this hatred is allowed to occur. I can't believe hate groups that are deemed by the Northern Poverty People Law Center is allowed to be here. This is unacceptable. I can't believe it. They want to strip away everything the LGBTQIB2SA communities work for. They want to strip away the rights to show students porn in the classroom and confuse the students with sexual topics that aren't even age appropriate for them. This is unacceptable.
It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
You think it's okay to transition children?
Yeah.
To Christianity?
No.
Are all the transphobic Christians gone? Okay. Jesus was trans. Look like this. To be born male, you have to have an X and a Y chromosome. There's other presenting combinations other than XY, but we're just doing XY right now, okay? Y chromosomes can only come from a male sperm. Mary didn't have sex with a male, which leaves us with Mary only being able to pass on XX chromosomes. Therefore, Jesus was born female, but goes around the entire Bible and everyone calls him and a male.
So you're saying if you're not a woman, then you shouldn't have an opinion?
Where does a guy get a right to say what a woman is? Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No.
Can you tell me what a cat is?
This is actually a genuine mistake. I am sorry I even came up there.
Men need to respect women, period.
So you should respect women.
I am a woman, so fuck you if you don't think so. And how dare you sit up here and try to say that women aren't worth respect? Fuck you.
I didn't say that.
I am a woman. I just became a woman. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? People don't even respect me, period. And I'm already black, so it's just like, yeah, that already goes against me anyways. But still, you piece of living garbage ass dumpster fire trash gum on the bottom of my shoe. Oh my God, I wish I had a tissue for the blood. I would.
Sure. Might I suggest it's your behavior, not because you're black or a woman.
I'm sorry. Can I stop here? Can I stop?
You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not myself.
You used the word. So what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people who...
That describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
Was to each their own. Each woman, each man, each person is going to have a different relation with their own gender identity and define it differently.
I want you to take a look at this picture where it says Ultra Pride, 4 flags in one. Now take a closer look at the black, brown, pink, and light blue portions of those flags and what they make up. Ultra Pride, huh? Pretty scary.
And most recently, they even want to eliminate classes that teach, quote, gender ideology. Well, so what are we talking about here? Classes that teach women's history? Women's equality? The study of the fact that there are still only 25 women in the United States Senate in a body of 100?
If you are straight, first of all, I want to tell you that I love you. I see you. I hear you. And I just want to spread some straight joy because being straight is special. It's divine. And I also really want to know, what's your favorite part about being straight? Like, tell me all the things that you love about being a straight person, because I know that for me, it's given me all fulfillment and joy and satisfaction to be straight. So just know that I see you. I love you. We're not going to be erased. I love you, my straight friends.